Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be similar to a previous video that I did, which was 5 musicians that I'd like to see a poetry collection from, and I decided why not make a list of 5 actors that I would like to see a poetry collection from. Before we begin, I just want to say a massive hello to all the new subscribers. We've got about 560 new subscribers since December, so hello if you're watching. I'm very glad to have you here. So with that being said, let's get into the video. I had an easier job making this list for musicians than I did with actors. At first I thought this would be pretty simple because I have quite a few favourite actors of mine, but when I sat down to think about who I could realistically see putting a decent poetry collection together, I was stretched pretty thin. But anyway, let's get started. Here are my 5 actors that I would like to see a poetry collection from. Number 1, Tom Hanks. I know there's a lot of controversy around Tom Hanks, which I really hope is not true, because he's one of my favourite actors, but I'm not here to get into that sort of stuff. I'm here about the poetry. I did buy, about 2 years ago I think it was, a collection of short stories by Tom Hanks, and I know that he is a massive typewriter enthusiast like me, so I kind of dig that vibe, and I think he would do a very good job of writing some poems, and I'd be quite interested to see what he has to say. So number 1, Tom Hanks. 2, Morgan Freeman. I don't know anyone that hasn't got a bit of a soft spot for Morgan Freeman. He's an immensely talented actor, and he comes across as a very wise man. I mean, he is probably a very wise man. I've never met him, but yeah, I think I can just see his character from Shawshank Redemption, and I know an actor and a character are 2 different people, but I can just see him sitting down in the library and penning some really great poems. It probably, this choice was probably also influenced by the fact that he does these immensely insightful voiceovers and stuff, but I think Morgan Freeman would put an amazing poetry collection together, and again I would love to know the things that he has to say. Number 3, Ian Mckellen. Again, I don't know anyone that hasn't got a soft spot for Ian Mckellen. I absolutely love Ian Mckellen. I love Lord of the Rings, and I actually have a funny story about Ian Mckellen. I drunkenly embarrassed myself in front of Ian Mckellen once at it was sort of a celebration party for National Youth Theatre. I got really drunk and was talking to him, and hopefully he doesn't remember that. I certainly will never forget it. But yes, I have got a soft spot for Ian Mckellen. He's a classically trained actor, Shakespearean actor, so I trust that he would do a great job and take the craft of poetry very seriously. So please, Ian Mckellen, release a poetry collection. Number 4, Josh Brolin. I know that Josh Brolin is a big fan of the beats and a big fan of literature, and I also follow him on Instagram, and some of his captions are really beautifully written and very picturesque and symbolic, and I think taking his love for the beats and clearly his love for writing and literature is certainly my style of writing, at least. I think it would be very interesting to see a collection of poetry by Josh Brolin. Before we get into the 5th and final actor that I would really like to see a poetry collection from, I do feel like these sorts of videos always have an honourable mention, and this was the easiest part of this list to put together because I absolutely love this man. I grew up on his films, I watched Hook at least every day. Sometimes I watched it 3 times a day, my mum told me, and that is unfortunately never going to happen. Honourable mention is the late Robin Williams. The man is such an artist, such a beautiful soul. I recently watched an Amazon documentary called Robin's List, which was so sad. It kind of goes through what actually happened in the last few months of Robin's life. So, unfortunately, it will never happen unless there's poetry stored away somewhere. But I would absolutely have loved to read a poetry collection from Robin Williams. And so we come to the last actor, number 5 on this list. I am a huge fan of this man. Again, there is so much controversy going around this man at the moment. I know that he's a huge artist. He's a massive fan of literature. He was a huge fan and in the end became a friend of Hunter S. Thompson. So again, like Josh Brolin, it's my style of writing, my sort of interest, I guess. And I think he would do a great job in poetry, just because he's serious enough to take the craft serious, but also a rebel who would kind of go off the beaten track a little bit. And that is Johnny Depp. I don't even know if I'm going to mess this video up because I've just mentioned his name. At the minute, with everything surrounding this man and his ex-wife, YouTube diminishes the reach of videos that mention him. So, whatever. But yes, I would really, really love to see a poetry collection from JD. And that's it for this week's video. Very, very quick. A very quick injection of Adam Gary poetry content, I guess. Once again, hello to all the new subscribers. Hello to my older subscribers, if that's the right way to put it. My veteran subscribers. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit like and let me know 5 actors that you would like to see a poetry collection from. Or maybe just one. Anyone that you would like to see a poetry collection from. As long as they're an actor. Yes. I haven't got a script for this video, you might be able to tell, which is why I'm rambling a lot. But that is it for this week. Thank you so much for continuing to watch my content. A lot of you may have noticed me posting on the community tab or on Instagram. We're so close to becoming a YouTube partner. In 10 days I've gotten 500 hours of watch time, I think. And that is thanks to all of you continuing to watch my new videos, my old videos. Hello again to the new subscribers. A big part of that was Rachel Oates releasing a video on swimming lessons, Lily Reinhardt's swimming lessons, and I guess somehow from that people found my video as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, I'm boring you all. I will see you all next week, and continue to stay safe and be good, and see ya.